collection review of 2021. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you the first collection review of 2021 and it is the Colourpop Wine and Only collection. I have every item from this collection to show you guys, so if you're ready then I'm ready, so let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members out there, and in case you're not familiar with me yet, my name is Melissa Leah Garrett and I'm a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I'm a makeup enthusiast, a plus-size beauty, and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you'd like to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below in my playlist that you can check out. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join the fam and hit that notification bell, therefore you know when I'm posting, even though I mainly post on Tuesdays and Fridays. Also, give this video a like while you're at it. So, first glam look of 2021, and it is courtesy of the Colourpop Wine and Only collection. I have all the items here, minus the body oil, because y'all know I'm not a big fan of body oil. Especially like shimmery body oils, I'm not a big fan of. But I do have everything else to show you guys. So, let's just go ahead and get on into it. Alrighty, so the Wine and Only collection is one of the newest collections from Colourpop, and when I saw it, I knew I had to have it because you guys know I am a sucker for reds and wines and cranberry looks, and you guys know I really do like those. So when I saw this, I knew I had to get it. But I was kind of hesitant at first because when I saw the palette, excuse me, it felt like they took some of the shades from the Whatever palette, which I'll pop right here, and the All That palette, and just stuck it into a monochromatic 9-pan palette to kind of coincide with all their other monochromatic palettes that they have going on. I do have the Whatever palette, but I don't have the All That palette. So I wasn't able to compare the shades from the Wine and Only palette, which is this one right here, to the All That palette, but I did have a few that I could compare with the Whatever palette, and we'll get into those in a minute. But I also have the two Super Shock shadows, and I have the 3 Super Shock cheeks. I also have the BFF liner, and they re-released the BFF mascara. I had this, I think I got this in 2019. It was like the end of 2019. So I've had this for a while. You guys know I love this formula of mascara, but yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the eye products first. Cool. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the eye products. The first item I want to talk about is the Wine and Only palette. This is the palette I did use today to make this eye look, and I will run the footage of that later on in the video if you guys want to check that out. But I do like this packaging. It's really nice. This is what she looks like. It comes with the this is kind of like the packing peanut material that it is, foam. There we go. It does come with a nice size mirror. I did take the piece off of it, and then this is what she looks like. Now, I do want to show you the comparison to the Whatever palette to this palette. And here you guys go. As you see, of course, the Wine and Only palette is monochromatic, but it does look like there are some shades in the Wine and Only palette that are comparable to the Whatever palette, and I'll swatch those together. But let's go ahead and, hey guys, editing Melissa here. I do want to let you guys know, please pardon the way, excuse me, the way that my hair looks. You can see where my hair is really thin. You can see part of my scalp because I didn't brush it all that well, kind of like, y'all know what I mean. So when I turn my head and you see my I guess baldness, I don't know. Don't be shocked. All right, back to the video. Go through this palette first. You do have 9 shades, of course. You have 1 2, 3 matte shades. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 metallic shades. And then you have 1, 2, they're matte shades, but they have glitter in them. So you can, you know, wet your brush if you want more of that glitter intensity, or you can really blend out the glitter in the shadow. So let's go ahead and start swatching. The first shades we have are Blanc, Sip Sip, and Major Chiuti. Is that how it's said? I do have Blanc on my inner corner. I did use Sip Sip to blend out my look, and I did use Major Chiuti on the crease. This is what they look like on my finger. No primer on my hand as always. Nice swatches, Melissa. This shade right here did blend out really well, as you guys will see later on in the video and how I used it to blend out my main shade. This one was really nice, and this one really did soften up the edges exactly like how I wanted it to. All right, the next row we have Cast a Chateau, Play to Wine, and Mull It Over. Mull It Over does feel very chalky to me. There's not a lot of pigment in the second shade, Play to Wine. Let me see if I can build that up a little bit, because normally Colourpop's metallic shades are really nice. And the last row we have is Vintner. Is it Vintner? Yeah, it's Vintner. I thought it said Viner at first. Vintner, Mon Cherry, and Grapeful. I did use Vintner on my lid as my main shade today, and it is very, very chalky feeling. But it did go down rather nice on the lid, and Grapefruit is very glittery, as you guys will see. Which is actually, it's a really pretty shade. And I actually did put, I do want to say, yeah, I did use Mon Cherry. I did pack on a little bit of it on my lid with my finger, just to give my lid a little bit of dimension. Ooh. That glitter shade is really pretty. Now I'm going to take the Whatever palette and compare a few of the shades to some of the shades in the Wine and Only palette. The first one I want to look at is the shade Bad Guy, which is this shade right here. This is Bad Guy. I want to compare it to Major Chiuti and Mull It Over. As you see, it is more of like an orangey red compared to these two shades in the Wine and Only palette. The next shade in the Whatever palette I want to compare is Mr. Brightside, which is this shade right here. That's Mr. Brightside. Now I want to compare that with Mull It Over and Vintner. All right, there's Mull It Over and there's Vintner. I'm never going to get that right. It looks like Mr. Brightside and Vintner look the same. All right, the next items I want to talk about are the Super Shock shadows. You can't purchase these individually. You can only get it in this set. And it's called the Sommelier Super Shock Shadow Duo. And they are in the shades, let me get this out. I do have to say, I do love this packaging for this collection. They are in the shades Wine Down, which this one is an ultra metallic, and Muse, which is also ultra metallic. And I will go ahead and swatch those for you. That's upside down, Melissa. That is Wind Down. And this is Muse, which Muse looks like TTYN in the whatever palette. Right, and the last two eye products I have for you guys are the BFF liner and the BFF mascara. The shade name in the liquid liner is called Wine Not, and I absolutely love this formula of liquid liner. Plus, I also like how sharp or how pointy the pen is. I can't talk. What's up with me not talking, being able to talk these days? I don't get it. But most of the times when I'm using a liquid liner, it's this formula right here because I really do like it. And this is what it looks like. It's very pretty. Now, yes, please pardon my hand. It's stained and it's irritated now. Now, if you do like a darker look like I did, you're not going to be able to see this liner against it. So this will be good for if you're doing a cut crease, if you're having like a light, if you're doing the wine color with a light, you know, glitter moment or a light metallic shadow moment, it will look really pretty. Or if you're doing like graphic liners, this will be really, really good. And the BFF mascara, I love this formula of mascara too. The only problem I have with this is if you use too much of it, it's gonna Alrighty, the last three items I have for you guys are the Super Shock Cheeks. Let's go ahead and get into those. The first one I have is Cruel Intentions, and it is a matte Super Shock Cheek. Is this? I don't think this is the one I used today. No, it's not. But this, actually, yes, it is. I did use this one today on my cheeks as my blush. This is what it looks like. I did use the Bow Gashi brush that I got in Ipsy to apply it with. It's really nice because it's more dense than a regular blush brush. So I was able to, you know, pat the product on the brush, pat it on my hand, and then apply it, because sometimes these types of blushes can be really pigmented. So I wanted to diffuse it before I put it on. All right, the next Super Shock Cheek that I have is Brute Flute, and it is a pearlized formula. It's upside down. I'm not a big fan of shimmery blushes all that much, especially if I'm going to be wearing a highlighter. This is what it looks like. And this right here, with the formula that it is, it's very waxy feeling. I would probably use this more on a day when I don't want to put a lot of makeup on and I just want a little bit of oomph on my, you know, on my eyes. So I would take my finger, apply this, let it sit for a minute, and then go about my day. I don't see me using this as a blush, but it is really pretty. And the last Super Shock Cheek that I have is Cheerio. It is also a pearlized formula, and I was really upset when I got this because this is how it came in. Awesome, isn't it? I did email Colourpop about this. I haven't heard anything back yet. It has been about a couple days since I emailed them. But yeah, it's not even full. This one is way too dark for my skin color, but I think this would be beautiful on more darker skin tones. It's really gorgeous, and it doesn't have as much as the pearlize effect as Brute Flute does. Alrighty, there you have it. That is the footage of me making this eye look for you guys. Now let's go ahead and go over my final thoughts and pricing information about these products. The palette, it's okay. If you have the whatever and the all that palette, I don't see you needing this unless you are a hardcore Colourpop collector and you like all of the monochromatic palettes that they release, then yeah, get it. But if you have those other two palettes, I don't see you really needing this. The mattes just feel really chalky. They work great on the eye, but they're just really chalky. And also, I think this right here would be beautiful, gorgeous, stunning on darker skin tones as well. So yeah, that's my final thought. It's okay. It's not my favorite Colourpop palette. It's okay, but if this is something you're interested in, go ahead and pick it up. It does retail for $12 and it's currently sold out right now. But with all Colourpop products, if they do happen to be sold out, you can get emailed as to when it will be back in stock. The Super Shock Shadow Duo, it's the same formula as their Super Shock Shadows, so if you have them, you're familiar with it. I don't think they're a necessity, sort of say. I do like the shade Muse. Wind Down just looks so much like TTYN in the Whatever palette for me. So I can go without that shade, but I really do like the shade Muse. You guys already know I love this mascara, and I really do like the BFF liner as well. I can't wait to use this because it is a gorgeous color and I love this formula. And before I forget, you can only get the Super Shock Shadows in this duo, and it is for $12, but it is currently sold out. The BFF liner is $8 and it is still available. Yes, I know I'm holding it upside down, but I don't care at this point. It is $8 and it is still available. And the BFF mascara is $8 and you can still get it as well. And last, the Super Shock Cheeks. I really do like the shade Cruel Intentions. I do see me using this on a regular basis when I want to have more of like a, redder cheek going on. Redder? cheek look going on. So I really do like this. I was upset at how Cheerio wasn't full, and like I said before, this would be beautiful on darker skin tones. I don't see it working very well on my skin tone, and I am stupid pale. And Brute Flute is okay. I wouldn't, like I said before, I wouldn't use it as a blush. I would use it more as like a, swipe and go eyeshadow, because I'm not a big fan of shimmery blushes. The Super Shock Cheeks do retail for $8 a piece. The only one that is in stock is, I think it's Brute Flute. Yes, I got my notes down in front of me. Is Brute Flute. Cheerio and Cruel Intentions is out of stock. You can also purchase it as a kit for $21, but that's currently sold out as well. That's the thing with Colourpop's collections. They tend to sell out pretty fast, but they tend to sell out really fast, and then they take forever to restock. So hopefully they'll restock this soon. But my picks out of them are the eyeliner, the mascara, Cruel Intentions, and Muse out of the Super Shock Duo. Those are my favorite picks out of the whole collection. You can skip the palette, like I said, if you have whatever and all that. And I can't use Cheerio because it's too dark for me, and not a big fan of Brute Flute for my cheeks. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget, all my social media handles will be down in the description box. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account, so if you happen to see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, all the rest of the products that I used to make this look today will be down in the description box as well. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all next time. Bye! I just know my eyes are going to be stained for a couple days. Look at my hand. My poor hand and my fingers. hate the fact that I'm showing you guys this stuff and most of it's sold out.